This is Bergstrom's State Line Quiz Bowl. Now from the Collins Aerospace Studio at the Nordloff Center in downtown Rockford, here's your host, Eric Wilson.
Welcome to our consolation game in this year's Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl tournament. It's taken us a while to get here, but it's an exciting place to be, and we have two pretty fantastic teams. Whoever wins this claims third place in our tournament. Will that be the Keith Cougars? Who knows? Let's have a round of applause for them. 2 weeks ago, they kept a very close game going against Auburn. 2 rounds really were really tight, and then Auburn kind of pulled away at the end. Captain Eleanor, introduce us to your team.
Hi, I'm Eleanor. I'm the captain of the Keith Country Day School Quiz Bowl team, and my team members will introduce themselves from my left to my right.
I'm Billy.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Nongba.
Welcome, Keith Country Day Cougars, and good luck. You are facing off against the Belvedere Bucks. Last week, the Bucks lost the Battle of the Belvederes to Belvedere North. We don't have to see the full expression on your face to know that probably still stings a little bit. You can see it, but could be a good consolation to come in third place in the tournament. Still a pretty high-scoring game, too. North of 200 points and still not to come out on top, kind of tough. But Matthew, introduce us to your starting lineup.
Yeah, today we've brought Jacob, Aston, and David.
All right, welcome, Belvedere Bucks, and good luck. Good luck to both teams. Let's get things going, shall we? The Superior Joining Technologies buzz-in round starts things off. 2 most important rules. Wait for me to call your name and say your answer loudly and clearly through the masks. Here's our first question this week. What show, whose recurring characters include the criminal Donbot and Scruffy the janitor, centers on Philip Aston?
Futurama.
Right. Philip J. Fry, the delivery boy in the 31st century. You got us off to a good pop culture start. New question. The air is shattered by the force of the blow of what character whose disappointing performance is the subject of a comical poem by Ernest L. Thayer? No joy in Mudville and no joy on the stage here at the Nordloff. That was Casey at the bat. The character was Casey. New question. What Austrian came from behind to beat Alexander Zverev in the 2020 U.S. Open, making him tennis's first men's major champion born in the 1990s? David.
Nadal.
Incorrect. Keith. Tough tennis question. You have to be really a follower of tennis to know this one. He's ranked number 4 in the world right now. Dominic Thiem. What federal agency, whose first administrator was William Ruckelshaus, manages Superfund sites and was created in 1970 to deal with pollution? Billy.
EPA.
That's right. That's the EPA, and those are Keith's first points of the round. It's 10-10. What African country's government is opposed by anti-Balaka militias and Salaka rebels, and in its ongoing civil war between Christians and Muslims? Matthew.
Tunisia.
Incorrect. Keith, these 10 points could be yours. It's the Central African Republic, or CAR. Who would have taken that? New question. Magnetars are examples of what compact objects that can form in core collapse supernovas and which are named for an uncharged subatomic particle? Ryan.
Neutron stars.
Yes. Pulsars are rotating versions of those. Neutron stars is worth 10 more for you. You're on top, Keith, by 10. What quantity, whose change is known as impulse, is Aston?
Momentum.
Right. It's conserved in both elastic and inelastic collisions. Back to a tie game. What thinker who claimed that the unexamined life is not worth living is depicted defending himself at his trial in Athens in Matthew?
Socrates.
Yes. Depicted in that Apology by Plato, and that is 10 more for Belvedere. What labor union was founded by a group including Big Bill Haywood and Eugene V. Debs and is nicknamed the Wobblies? Billy.
Teamsters.
Incorrect. Belvedere. Matthew.
Populist Party.
Incorrect. It is worth a guess. Both teams right. Industrial Workers of the World, or IWW. What city, which is home to the unoccupied Rugyong Hotel and the Juche Tower, celebrating an ideology of self-reliance, is the capital of North Korea? Matthew.
Pyongyang.
Yes, relatively easy if you know world capitals, right? Don't want to diminish your knowledge there, but that's worth 10 points for you. You're up to 40. What state in which the death mid-election of candidate Adam Weeks forced a new congressional election in 2021 is represented by Senator Tina Smith? Billy.
Minnesota.
Right. The other senator is Amy Klobuchar, and those are your 10 points. In what European city, whose leaders were killed in Old Town Square in 1621, were Catholic envoys thrown from a window? Matthew.
Prague.
Yes, in its third defenestration, and those are your 10. What branch of chemistry deals with mass and mole relationships, such as limiting reagents? Aston.
Stoichiometry.
Yes, between substances in reactions. Balancing those equations is either fun or a nightmare, depending on who you ask, and those are Belvedere's 10 points. What disease's namesake trait protects against malaria while having 2 copies of its causative allele? Ryan.
Sickle cell anemia.
Yep, it results in red blood cells with a bent shape. That's where the name of that comes from. You've got 10 more, and that's how we end the round. We're out of time for our first round. Close game, kind of what we expected. 60 points for Belvedere, 40 for Keith Country Day. More points after this with our volleyball round. We'll see you in a couple of minutes.